Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're going to focus in on really one of the, I would say, most frequently asked questions I receive from my clients as well as those who message me, email me, and that is, why does the narcissist hurt people? Why would they do this? Why would they cause such turmoil? Why would they cause such destruction? Why would they try to hurt somebody emotionally? Why would they perpetuate this? Why? It is so very confusing, to really fathom the idea that someone would intentionally, in a calculated manner, persist to try to overwhelm and instill a feeling of emotional pain in another person. It doesn't make any sense in sort of a logic manner when when most people really think about it. But however, I want to break it down for you to help you understand, so that you can identify this and then stop being in that role. It's literally a role that really kind of feels like a victim consciousness when you're around them. So when you feel this sort of void and this disconnect, it is really that victim mentality that you're feeling, where you have been so isolated and so denied your feelings, your emotions, your communication around these people, that you feel really a shut down. And really that is just really an aftermath or an effect of their desire and their tactics to control, have power over, and hurt others. And so what does it really mean? Why would they hurt others? Well, realize that the narcissist and psychopath, that they operate as a character disordered individual. They appear good looking, they could be in fantastic shape, they could go to the gym, they might look great in an outfit, they might have cars, shiny objects, etc. So you're thinking, well, this is a person, this is a typical person just like me, who has feelings, needs, wishes, dreams, desires, good days, bad days, all the various and sundry things that you would ascribe to having, being a person in today's information age. But realize, and I would say a main lesson learned, is to identify and realize that this is actually a person who has a character disorder, a pathology. And I liken it to, for example, if you were to have cirrhosis of the liver, and your liver was not functioning properly, it was not cleaning out your blood, and you're getting hepatitis or you're getting jaundice, a person with cirrhosis, they're very, very sick. And you could take a picture of, you could do a MRI of that liver, you could do blood tests, and you would see that liver is malfunctioning. You could see on the MRI that there's holes in this liver where it had been, the toxic, filter had been, scar tissued, and you would see that is cirrhosis of the liver. Well, you can identify that because you can actually see like a physical x-ray. Realize that the narcissist and the psychopath also have a character disorder. So versus a cirrhosis of a liver, it's more a disorder of the brain process, the emotional process, the thinking process, and the ego process. So the ego, the problem with them, the pathology, is that they have an excessive self-inflated interest. They have a pathology in this area where they're so over-identified with their ego. They have such a grave feeling of self-importance and such a superiority. In other words, the ego, they way to identify with a pathology in this concern, and then have a lack of empathy. So this coupled together creates a pathology of their thoughts, their behaviors, their attentions, their attitudes, and it manifests in an unhealthy manner, which means an unhealthy treatment of people. So even though we can't see it on a blood test, even though we can't see it on a MRI, the brain scans of narcissistic and psychopathic individuals are shown and typified by an inactivity in the paralimbic system, as well as the left anterior insula, and other processing centers that really work to foster a feeling of empathy with people. So they have a slowing down of these activities, and in these centers that regulate impulse control, emotional meaning, and emotional connection to people, events, and things. And so they have an inactivity. They have an aberrant anomaly. Think of like an abnormal cell. The way the cell is not working properly. So there's something in their wiring, in their brain, which is, the function of the brain is the mind. And that's where all our processes take place, our learning. We have it's such a phenomenal organ. It regulates all of your cellular and all your unconscious processes, from your heartbeat to your lungs to the movements. I mean, it's a very high class, high powered operating system, the brain itself. So, thoughts are the language of the mind, and feelings are the language of the body. And realize that there's a pathology in the thought process of this psychopathic individual, the narcissistic individual, which produces these excessively self-interested behaviors. So, and then it manifests, meaning the symptoms display as maladaptive treatment of others, criticism of others, harsh, exploitation of people's needs, not giving them attention, not giving them love, not giving them acknowledgement, not mirroring them. So they have this whole array of symptoms that really are an output of these normal functionings that are processed within the brain itself. And so, and then they have a desire then to, rather than just having, happiness, joy, bliss, sharing, a sort of harmony in their existence, they really desire to have power and control over others. Power and control over others. And this, in essence, equals hurt. In other words, if they can control others by condemning them, by insulting them, by blame shifting, by scapegoating, all these various things are meant to control you and project all their inadequacies, which are really at the base of a lot of these narcissistic behaviors. And I know that this is a lot of information, and but I hopefully this will be a resource for you to understand the how and why. And so you're understanding, why are you feeling hurt around this person? It is because it's an emanation of their pathology. So their pathology is going to resort to pathological lying, all the different, withholding of information, the various ways of trying to distract you and get your attention. Right as soon as you're having a wonderful moment, you're having a moment, you're enjoying something, and the next thing you know, they're trying to make snide comments and whisper it in your ear, and it's just out of the blue. I mean, it's completely out of place. The comments, they're meant to interject and distract you and taint your experience. Even more than taint, they're trying to really kind of destroy your moments, and they actually, almost ridicule you for having a moment. And that's what's so confusing. And why do they hurt? Why would they try to take away your very being? When I talk about, human beings or human doings, I mean, we're talking about a human being, which is all these various life experiences into one. You're a human being. You are sentient person. You have feelings. You have, awareness. You have intuition. You have instinct. It's a very complex system, to be a person. And so realize that if they can hurt, maim, and seek to destroy these people in their environments, which if you happen to be one, you're just, in their realm, in their sphere of influence. So that's why, absolutely positively recommend going no contact, because that is the only way to detach from this sort of treatment, this sort of maladaptive and toxic ideology that we see symptomatically in a narcissistic or psychopathic individual. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.